K2, not a problem. So we are being recorded. Sí, estamos grabando esa sesión para los papás que no tuvieron la oportunidad de estar aquí con nosotros ahora. Y a lo mejor usted quiere verlo en la casa después que se terminó. So if you're just joining us, please go ahead, put in your child's name. Si apenas nos están acompañando, por favor, pongan el nombre de su hijo en nuestra pantalla para poder tomar atendencia y let's get started. Aquí empezar. Yes, you're here in the correct place. This is the 8th grade family orientation night. Es nuestra noche de orientación de familias del grado 8. Ms. Perez and I were so excited to be here because you sitting at home with your parents, safe and sound, you are the historic class. You're the only class that's been here in our campus when you were in 6th grade. No one else has been in foot on these halls, on these doors. So when you come back to school in a few days, we are going to ask you to be the strong leaders that we know that you are. Esta clase es la clase que nos tiene a todos muy emocionados porque es la única clase que estuvo aquí físicamente para tener la experiencia de nuestra escuela, nuestra cultura. Entonces, cuando los niños regresen en pocas semanas, vamos a contar con ellos para que nos ayuden a poder a ser líderes con sus compañeros. So, we have some things we want to go over before we get started. Again, we want to be mindful of your time and everybody else in here. We have over a lot of people in here to manage. So it is important that only 1% of the time speaks. So please make sure that your mic's on mute so we're not hearing any background noise that may come from your household. So por favor, estén seguros que el micrófono esté apagado en parte de usted para que no se oiga el sonido durante la presentación. And last but not least, our amazing assistant principal, Mrs. Perez. She's here. You probably see her on the screen. She is going to be monitoring our chat room. Please make sure that the chat room is only for questions. So throughout the presentation, if something pops up, that's okay. Type it in. Ms. Perez is going to keep taking tab of the questions. She's also going to be answering live. She's really good at typing, way better than I am. And if there's questions that keep popping up, she will stop me so I can answer those questions. So por favor, si tienen preguntas, por favor, pónganlas en el chat room. La señorita Pérez va a estar ahí vigilando. Por favor, nomás queremos preguntas. Algunas preguntas ella va a poder contestarles a usted en vivo. Y si no, ella va a interrumpirme para poder darme la oportunidad de contestar las preguntas que la mayoría de los papás tienen. So, my name is Claudio Estrada. I am the principal here at Puck Community Charter Middle School. Estoy muy orgulloso de ser el director aquí de esta escuela. Nací en el Valle de San Fernando. I went to go study at the University of California in Santa Barbara, about 2 hours north of here. I also got the chance to study abroad in Paris, France, where I had an amazing experience, met some incredible people that I'm so close to very today. And I got teaching through an organization called Teach for America Los Angeles. Empecé mi carrera de maestro en una organización que se llama Teach for America aquí en nuestra ciudad de Los Ángeles. I started as a 6th grade English teacher by a school all the way in downtown by USC. While I was going to school, I also went back to school and got my master's, just like many of our teachers here on campus at Loyola Marymount. Agarré mi maestría en la Universidad de Loyola. Es una escuela cerca del aeropuerto de Los Ángeles. Decidí regresar al Valle San Fernando. So tuve la oportunidad de hacer aquí asistente director y luego fui director que soy ahora. So I had the chance to start here my career here at Puck Schools as an assistant principal. And then thanks to parents like you, I got the opportunity to be the principal, and I'm lucky to be here. And I don't take my time and my role and my place here for granted. My favorite color is green. Me gusta color verde porque los árboles, la naturaleza, y como ustedes, el dinero, of course, money. Who doesn't like money? And when I'm not here at work, and when it's safe to do so, I love to travel the world and experience cultures and food. Y cuando no estoy aquí en la oficina y cuando es seguro para viajar, me gusta viajar alrededor del mundo y conocer diferentes culturas y probar deliciosa comida de muchos países. Enough about me, right? Let's talk to Ms. Perez. Ms. Perez, what do you got? Let's hear from you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here this evening. I was also born in the San Fernando Valley and did all of my K through 12 education here. I went to the University of California, Irvine, which is about an hour and a half south of here for both my bachelor's and my master's. Mr. Estrada likes to share that I was so sure I wanted to be a teacher from a very young age that I actually finished my bachelor's and my master's in 4 years with a bachelor's in English and a master's in teaching. And then I became a seventh grade English teacher right away. I was actually a seventh grade English teacher here at CCMS for 5 years before becoming the Dean of Instruction and now the assistant principal. I do love the color blue. I enjoy wearing the color blue, as you can see, along with the students. And when I'm not at work, I do love to travel when it's safe to do so.
Thank you, Mrs. Perez. Y yo creo claramente que la señorita Pérez un día va a ser directora de esa escuela. So I cannot wait for the day of Ms. Perez be the principal of CCMS. She does an amazing job. So boys and girls, if I can do it, Ms. Perez can do it, and all of your teachers can do it, definitely you can do it. So why are you here? Because your journey to college readiness starts today. So we've been out of the physical classroom for a year and a half. Now it's time to be back and get you ready, because in less than 4 years, you're going to be applying to a college of your choice and then ready to go explore the world. So your journey doesn't stop, it starts today, getting you ready to be in college ready, hopefully graduating by the year 2030. So earlier today, your teachers asked me, what am I so excited about coming back to school? To be honest, like, I miss your faces. I got to see many of you during in-person learning after spring break. I got to see a lot of you during summer school. We went on some amazing field trips, had a great time at Six Flags with all of y'all. And guess what? Ms. Perez and I and the office staff and your teachers are just so excited to have you back, because we want to have a normal school year. So like the Scholar Ball, that big party we throw for you at the end of the year, that amazing graduation, and we can't forget grad night, where we go to a theme park all the way past midnight. Who doesn't want to do that? And last but not least is just being here at our school, being in 8th grade has a lot of special privileges. So you know how we're very strict in 6th and 7th grade about the uniform. In 8th grade, you get a lot of opportunities. Why? Because you paid your dues. And when you work hard, we play harder. Right, Ms. Perez? Ms. Perez, what about you? What are you excited about for this incoming school year?
I am most excited to have the students' energy back here on campus. There's so much happy, positivity, energy happening here when everyone is together. And so I'm really looking forward to getting to connect with the students again in person. When they were on campus, like to share what they did on the weekend or what was happening. And I love to hear about that. So I can't wait to hear more stories.
Same here, Ms. Perez. And you know what? I think it's time for our teachers to share what are they excited about. So in a few seconds, scholars, you're going to be put into break rooms with all your brand new 8th grade teachers. You got Mr. Bowles teaching math, Mr. Oregon for science, Mr. Jacobson for history. How many of you know Mrs. Brown already from 6th grade? Guess what? She went up to 8th grade. You're also going to have a second English teacher in your classroom. It's Alvarado. Mr. Sofer from 7th grade moved up with you because he wants to follow you and see you succeed. Mr. Mercetti, he is back. And the best part is that you're only not going to get him for a semester. You're going to get him for the entire year. I'm so excited for that. And you all know Mr. B, our amazing PE teacher. So in less than 10 seconds, you are going to be put into a break room and your teachers are going to tell you what are they excited about to start the school year. Ready, set, go listen to them. Accept the invitation popping up on your screen. Go show your parents how to do it. There you go. Great. Thank you so much. Hopefully you had the chance to hear from your teachers what they are so excited about. So it's very important to understand the story of our school and of our founder. So founder Dr. Jacqueline Elliott was the founder of Puck Schools, and she actually was the principal here at CCMS. CCMS is the first school out of the entire Puck Schools network, and it's actually the first charter school in the Los Angeles area on this side of the valley. So we're very fortunate to know that CCMS continues to be the best school in this area, and we're very proud to have Dr. Elliott, who's still involved in our school, being here. Una de las mejor parte de nuestra escuela es que muchos de nuestros estudiantes que empezaron en el año 1999 ya pasaron por nuestras escuelas, fueron a la universidad y ya son maestros aquí trabajando con nosotros. We're very fortunate that a lot of our alumni went to college, got their work done, and are back here teaching in our own school. And so they are paying it forward, and we're so lucky to be part of that rich story and the rich history that CCMS continues to have year after year. Eighth grade parents, it's very important for your child to know, their roots, where they're coming from, especially during these crazy times that are happening. Es muy importante que los niños sepan sus raíces, because many of us, just like my parents, did come from a different country to come here to America for a better opportunity. And then just like my parents and you think, absolutely, education, it is key. Education, it is key. Educación es muy importante. Y sabemos que en este país hay muchas oportunidades. So I would love to share with you a story of mine. This is a picture of my dad who came here to this country in the 70s. He worked here for so many years, working at a warehouse, making products, working long hours, sometimes 6 days a week, sometimes on Sundays. And he came here because he wanted an opportunity that he didn't have in his home state of Zacatecas in Mexico. Mi mamá también llegó a este país en los años 70. Llegó muy joven, trabajando por muchos años en una fábrica haciendo costura. Ella también vino a este país para dar oportunidades que también en su estado de México no tuvo. Just like she had in her home state in Mexico, she didn't have many opportunities. But most importantly, what I love about my mom's story is that she came from a home where my grandparents felt that women were not meant to go to school. Mi mamá vino de una casa que de las mujeres no van a la escuela, and my mom was totally against that. And so growing up, she definitely knew that school is for everybody, no matter if you were a boy or a girl. And so what did my parents' story teach me? La historia de mis papás me enseñaron que la educación es importante. You got to have a good work ethic. You got to be true to yourself. And when you signed up for something, despite how hard it gets, be committed. Tengan el compromiso para preservar, to persevere, so you can maximize every opportunity. Tener todas las oportunidades en sus manos para ser la mejor persona que uno puede ser. Y cuando uno esté en un lugar muy afortunado, hay que dar gracias y ayudar a los demás. So when you're at a place where you're so fortunate, it's absolutely imperative to give thanks and to help those that didn't have the opportunity. So at this time, parents, I want you to turn to your child and tell them, what are your hopes and dreams for them? What do you wish that they would accomplish? So just like my mom and dad did, there I am as a baby all the way through college, and now as a principal leading with Mrs. Perez. If I can do it, your child can definitely do it too. So at this time, talk to your child and let them know, what are your hopes and dreams? Papás, en este momento, hable con sus hijos y dígales quién son sus sueños para ellos en este momento. 1 minute. Go for it. Ms. Perez and I are going to see on the screen you talking to your parents. Go, talk. Ms. Perez, are you noticing when I'm noticing there are a lot of conversations happening, and I wish I can show you, but here on my screen, I see everyone talking. That is absolutely excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. Now at this time, students, I want you to turn to your parents and say, hey, mom and dad, thank you for sharing. I love you. Give them a big hug. Miren a sus papás ahorita, estudiantes, díganles, mamá, papá, gracias por compartir. Te quiero mucho. Dale un fuerte abrazo. Let's see it. Let's see those hugs going on. Let's see them. Oh my God, Ms. Perez, look. Oh my God. Come on, don't be funny. Give your mom and dad a hug. There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Porque el amor llega de la casa. Love starts from home. So, why are you here? ¿Por qué escogieron venir a nuestra escuela? Why are you here? I know why you're here, because you want your child to go to the best middle school that our neighborhood can offer. And year after year, CCMS continues to outperform the largest neighboring public schools around us. This is all public information from our test scores, and we're outbeating Maclay, Olive Vista, and San Fernando. Why? Because we got amazing parents like you who keep pushing their kids forward, and our scholars don't give up. And guess what, eighth graders? If you complete all of our eighth grade requirements, si pasan todos los requisitos de la secundaria, you have automatic admission to our high school. And look at CCHS. CCHS continues to beat Poly, San Fernando, Sun Valley, Verdugo Hills. Amazing. Why? Because we got something special here. And we're so happy to have you back. And I honestly credit our middle school teachers, because they get everybody ready for the college readiness, and then they catapult when they are in at CCHS. But guess what, parents? Today, we had 25 eighth grade parents call and say, do I really need to be here today? 25 papás de 120 llamaron para decir que si es necesario venir a esta reunión. I don't know about you, but these are not our kids. These are our kids. Son nuestros niños. We are a team. We are a group. If you're looking for a school to drop off your kid at 7, pick you up at 7 p.m. later, this is not the place for you. Here at CCMS, we want parents to be involved, because when you're involved, that's where the magic definitely continues. Si eso es una escuela de dejar a los niños aquí de 7 de la mañana, de recoger a las 7 de la tarde. Es una escuela que requerimos que los papás estén involucrados en la vida de los estudiantes, específicamente en esta etapa. This summer, Ms. Perez and I learned that students learn more, have higher grades, have better attendance when the parents are involved. Los niños sobresalen cuando los papás están atrás de ellos, porque ellos saben las expectativas. They know the expectations, and they're able to troubleshoot when there are challenges that arise throughout the year. So please keep in mind that you are our equal partners. You are equal partners, and we thank you for joining us and investing in a quality education for your child. So without further ado, you bet we are coming back to middle school. You are coming back to an 8th grade year. We are done with this online thing. Students, we heard you. We heard you last year in 7th grade. I know you want to be back, and we want to see you back. So I know everyone's been asking, so let me give you a quick snapshot what the year is going to look like. Yes, we have to wear our mask. Regresando a la escuela, todos van a tener que usar su máscara todo el tiempo. Hey, look, and I got some little cute ones too. Ms. Perez got me this one. This is really nice. I like it. What do you think? It looks good, huh? And then also an amazing family in 8th grade gave us these. Aren't these nice? What do you think, Ms. Perez? Super cool, huh? So find your favorite mask, get a couple. And if you come to school and if you lose it, don't trip, check and strip. We got a lot. We got a lot of masks in here, so that's not a problem. Second, we are going to be doing weekly COVID tests for everybody. Cada semana vamos a tener examen del COVID para todos los empleados y todos los estudiantes. Every week, we are going to be doing it because we want to make sure that whoever steps into our campus, it is safe and is willing to do what we got to do to keep everybody safe, because your safety matters to me and Mrs. Perez a lot. Also, we are going to be talking about school uniform. We are going to be talking about school supplies. And if you already read my messages and my emails this week, or especially today, The uniform has changed. Yes, el uniforme ha cambiado. I'll tell you right now, write it down. Lunes, martes, miércoles, jueves, viernes. ¿Cuántos dedos? 5, 5. Every kid is having PE 5 times a week. Are we wearing PE uniform every day? Yes, we are. ¿Vamos a usar el uniforme todos los días de educación física? Sí. ¿El uniforme es diferente del año pasado? Yes, it is very different. So, what are you signed up for? Middle school is like a roller coaster. Vamos a ir para arriba y para abajo y se va a sentir increíble a veces y a veces un dolor de cabeza, but that's okay. This is what middle school is about. It's about preparing and not punishing. So we're going to work together and we're going to have fun, because here at CCMS, it is like a marriage. Right now, we are in our honeymoon phase. We're all happy. We all look nice. We're ready to dance and have a good time. We got each other some rings. But about this marriage is that there's no divorce. En ese matrimonio no hay divorcio. So we're going to work together. And sometimes we're going to agree and sometimes we're not. And that's okay. But the point is that we are going to be partners in your child's education. And when we work together, amazing things can happen. So are you all ready? Because you all signed up for here to give your child an opportunity and be enrolled in a small school, not a big school with thousands of kids. So being a small school here is like the Olive Garden. When you're here, it's like family. So there are some changes ahead, but that's okay, because this last year and a half, we all survived and we made it and we adjusted. Si hay cambios que van a venir, pero no se preocupen, que vamos a estar aquí juntos para ayudarles, porque el año antepasado lo hicimos y vamos a hacer otra vez. So a year ago, we were all on distance learning. Remember when you were in 6th grade, all of a sudden we had to break the school day and we gave everybody packets? Every 6th grade student told us they hate it. All 7th graders told us that they hate it too and they want to be back. And we heard you and we listened to you. And the majority of the parents want the same thing too. So hear what parents said. They want their child to be able to socialize again. Muchos papás nos llamaron, nos dijeron, quieren que sus hijos regresen a la escuela para tener la oportunidad de convivir con muchos niños. They also want a consistent schedule outside of the home. Quieren un horario consistentemente fuera de la casa. And they also want students to get help when their child needs it. And my personal favorite is that los muchos papás ya están hartos que los niños estén sentados jugando ese mental Game Boy. A lot of the parents are upset because they're like, my child, all he wants to do or she wants to do, sit at home and play video games the whole day, doesn't want to go outside. Well, parents, we listen to you. We want your child back and we want to start a normal school year as possible. So it's normal life ahead. Yes, it is here at CCMS. We cannot control what's going to happen on the outside, but we can definitely control what happens here at our school. So welcome back. School starts August 16. La escuela empieza agosto 16, menos de pocos días. Vamos a estar todos aquí regresando. So you left here when you were in 6th grade, and now you're coming back as 8th grade, and we can't wait to have you here back in school. Our school date has not changed. No ha cambiado, igual como en 6º grado. Empezamos a las 7:50, terminamos a las 3:30, y cada martes salimos a las 2:30. So school starts at 7:50, ends at 3:30, and every Tuesday we end at 2:30. So our teachers can have their staff professional meeting. What is the earliest you can drop off students is at 7 a.m. So it hasn't changed. It's pretty much what it is already. Ms. Perez, I don't know what's happening, but I think someone's doodling. So if you can help me out, I'll definitely appreciate it. Thank you, Ms. Perez. And guess what? You're also going to get new cohorts. So goodbye, CSUN. Goodbye, UCLA, goodbye, USC, and goodbye, Oxy. You're going to know you're going to be in Brown, Columbia, Cornell, or Dartmouth. And we don't, and Ms. President, I know where you're going to be. You don't know yet, but on the first day of school, you're going to find out who is going to be your new cohort and your new group of friends for the 8th grade year. So graduation requirements. So 8th graders, this is serious. We want you to go to high school. We want you to go to college, but you're not going to get there if you don't do what is have to do here in middle school. So you must pass all of your classes with a C or better both semesters. No more than 15 absences. And yes, community service is back. And so in order to graduate, you have to do at least 12 hours. And I'm going to talk about that during back to school night because today there's so much information. And I'm going to tell you how you can earn those hours. And last but not least, you got to be a scholar inside and outside of the classroom. You do those 4 things, you do your job, and you're on your way to high school with the rest of your class. So what have we done this past year, especially now? You deserve the best. Ustedes merecen lo mejor. So esa carpeta que pesta a queso cotija o a patas, it's gone. Every classroom got a tile floor, and these floors are shiny and they're new, and we can't wait for you to be in them. We're also going to have our after school program. It's going to come back. So todos están bienvenidos a participar en el programa después de escuelas a las 6:30. We're going to have sports. We're going to have clubs. And as the semester goes on, we'll let you know more about that. But the after school program is open for everybody. El programa después de escuela está abierto para todos los estudiantes hasta las 6:30. Ms. Perez and I are very happy to share that breakfast and lunch will be free for all students, no matter what your status is. You're hungry, we got you. But what if you don't? But what we also remember last year, we let you borrow laptops. A lot of them came back, and many of them, they were messed up. That's okay. Stuff happens. And Ms. Perez and I are just happy that you're coming back. So what do? We fixed the ones that we could, and we bought a lot of brand new laptops, and we can't wait for you to be in those classrooms and use them. So every classroom has 30 set of brand new laptops for you to use so you can learn and grow to be the best person ever. Also, our water fountains have been being taken away because we installed water stations. So now students, you have to bring your canteen. So por favor, padres, cómprale su botella para llenar de agua. No paguen $40 para uno. Vayan a Target, Home Goods, Ross, Fallas Paderes, Dearden's, Finger Hut, I don't know, whatever, Kmart, Costco. Son muy baratos para comprar. No compren uno de $40. It's just to fill up your water, and you can fill up your water at our water stations throughout campus. También compramos estaciones para lavar las manos. So we got all this amazing stuff ready for you to use. And guess what? Those of you that were here during summer school, you saw them installing it. We got a brand new turf. This cost thousands and thousands of dollars. And Ms. Perez and I said, we don't care. Why? Because you're worth it. So Ms. Perez and your teachers and I want to invest in you. So you have a brand new turf with padding around the poles so no one gets hurt. So be ready. You're going to be the first class to use this. Also, how many remember our amazing student store manager? Remember Mrs. Sandoval, who used to have her sales during lunchtime and after school? Well, guess what? Her student store got a makeover. It has a nice big umbrella on top now. So while you're standing in there, the sun doesn't bother you. So we're back to selling healthy snacks. Student store is going to be open the first day. And Ms. Sandoval, I heard, has a big back to school sale. I don't know what it is, but I'm excited. Next, look at Mr. V there. Look at that smile. I can see it in his eyes. Guess what? Mr. V told us that you deserve a basketball court. And we say, you know what, Mr. V? How about some good bleachers too? And he said, let's go. And that's right. So that's what we got for you. A brand new basketball court on the rooftop. We fixed all the holes, all the cracks. We just got the bleachers delivered earlier this week. They're going to install them. So when you come back and you're having pee with Mr. V, be ready to ball it up. Better than LeBron, better than that Space Jam movie. And you're going to be the next star, hopefully joining the NBA or WNBA, or even joining the Olympic team very soon in this brand new basketball court that we have for you ready to use. So now let's get excited. I'm doing a lot of talking. Let's meet your teachers. Aquí con nosotros los maestros que van a compartir qué va a pasar este año. Your teachers are going to explain to you what's happening this year and what you should know for 8th grade. So join me in giving a nice round of applause to your amazing teachers who are going to answer these questions And first up is the one and only your math teacher, Mr. Bowles.
Hi, as Mr. Estrada said, I'm Mr. Bolds. I'm the 8th grade math teacher. My favorite food is sushi. Favorite type of music, classic rock. When I'm not at work, things I like to do for fun is Aikido, which is a Japanese martial art. I like to swim and play games with my friends. One way to be successful in 8th grade is to ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. Don't be afraid to talk to your teachers. Required materials, the materials lists that will be emailed to you following this meeting. Scholars are expected to have all of their school supplies on the first day and every day after that. Please have your materials on the first day of school because we will be putting them together as a class. Come see us if you need help getting your materials and we will definitely help you.
That's right, Mr. Bowles, we'll definitely help you. And now all the way from the land of 6th grade, she's been waiting for you. Please give a nice golf clap like you learned in 6th grade from Mr. Massetti to the one and only Mrs. Brown.
Hi everyone. So my favorite food is I love chicken wings. Like anywhere you can go. Definitely Wingstop's my favorite place. But anytime someone's like, "Let's go get chicken wings," I'm like, yes, I'm on it. I didn't put music because I like all kinds of music. I don't really have a favorite. So I love student suggestions. So please feel free to send me a suggestion if you like music, if you want to have some fun talking about music. For hobbies, I love gardening. I have an aquarium. You guys know me, I love animals, so my pets. Reading, of course, being your English teacher, I love to read. And then some activities, I love softball, photography, and playing my violin. How you can be successful in 8th grade. Definitely in English, we're going to be working with different mediums, so be ready to try new things. And then definitely look at teacher feedback. Whenever teachers write something on your Google Docs or on your worksheets, look at what they're saying. And because generally we're trying to give you lots of good hints to improve, so you can make those changes to show the mastery of your skills. And then I'm just also excited that we have 2 English teachers this year again. So I'm just very excited about that.
Yeah, 8th grade scholars. And guess what, Miss Brown? I just saw her classroom. She has an incredible Minion collection. And I also heard that in 8th graders last year did their own podcast shows. So I can't wait to see what you're going to do this year in 8th grade. Go for it, Miss Brown.
Sorry about that. I accidentally muted myself. All right. So parents, as Mr. Estrada said, we love parent involvement. We love having your guys's involvement with your children and their learning. So here's some ways that you can get involved. Definitely talk to your kids about their school day, the things that they did during their classes, what they enjoyed, maybe things that are frustrating them. Who are their friends? It's so important to know the people who are important to your students and who their friends are. Check their backpacks, check their pockets. You want to avoid any surprises. Check Power School constantly, looking at those grades to see how they're doing and where they need to be pushed or where they can improve, or where maybe you want to contact a teacher. Please attend family nights. So much important information is given during a family nights, not only about the school, but how you can also help your student in middle school, and as we get closer to graduation in high school, how you can help them. Please sign up for Class Dojo and turn on those notifications. We are bringing Class Dojo back. So please sign up, because it's a really easy way to stay in tune with what's happening with your teachers in their classes. And then just make sure, if you have questions or if you need to contact, please feel free to follow up with teachers and the school. We're always happy to hear from you.
Thank you, Mrs. Brown. And many of you know that our next teacher, he was also a club sponsor for Latin X. And many of your brothers and sisters had him in 7th grade, or even also in 8th grade last year too as well. So coming back again with us is the one and only Mr. Oregon. Take it away.
Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Oregon. I'm going to be your science teacher. I'm super excited because I remember seeing you all in the hallways, and You know, I didn't get to teach you last year, but now I get to teach you. And a little bit about me. My favorite foods are sopes and mole rojo. My favorite type of music, I like oldies, and I love Spanish music of all kind. When I'm not at work, what I like to do for fun is play basketball and soccer. And then my tip for you on how you can be successful in the 8th grade is to work hard and don't be afraid to share your ideas. Now, like Mrs. Brown mentioned, Class Dojo is coming back, and I know that a lot of parents in the past have mentioned how much they appreciate Class Dojo. A lot of your teachers do too, and so we're going to be that's going to be one way that you're going to be able to communicate with us, and we're going to be able to communicate with you. We're still going to continue doing phone calls, text messages, Google numbers, email, parent meetings, and then also the school does a really good job of keeping you all updated with their social media posts. And so a lot of different ways for you to know what's happening with your child at school from both the teachers and from the school. Now, if I've taught your older sibling or a family member last year, you probably found out that I recently became a dad. That's a picture of me and my daughter. Her name is Camila. And I hope that you're able to meet her in person one day. But it's been an amazing experience for me. I love spending time with her and my wife. And I've decided to take some. Well, I'm sharing this with you because I've actually decided to take some time, extra time off to be with them, to support my wife, to be there for my daughter. And so I will not be with you at the beginning of the school year, but you will see me in October. So, just a little bit of time we will be apart, but then when I come back, we're going to hit the ground running. You're already going to be familiar with all the new things that are expected from you in 8th grade. And I will, I'll keep in touch with your teachers. And that way, when I come back, we're able to start off on some fun science topics and do some amazing projects that I hope you enjoy.
Thank you, Mr. Gon. I really appreciate it. So parents and students, Mr. Ortegon does not need to be here today, but he wanted to be here today with you so you can get to see his face and let you know why he won't be here at the first couple of weeks of school, but he'll be back here in October. So padres, el señor Ortegon, como han visto que es su nuevo papá, entonces él no tuvo que estar aquí, pero decidió regresar para que ustedes conozcan su voz, su cara y quién es, porque él va a estar todavía con su esposa y su hija ayudándoles y va a regresar a nuestra escuela en octubre. So van a ser unas pocas semanas, pero él va a estar con nosotros. So Mrs. Perez and I are fully committed to finding an amazing guest teacher to be in there to support and get the class ready for Mr. Ortegon. So when he comes back, we get the ball running and we're running towards high school success and college success. Just as a friendly reminder, when you sign up for our two software programs, Schoolmint and Power School, two different things. Schoolmint is where you register. Power School is where we get all the messages, all of the phone calls, all of the emails comes from. So it's very important that whatever you type in Schoolmint, we don't do that. We don't type anything. It's whatever you enter, and that gets transferred over to Power School. Acuérdense que el portal de Schoolmint, ahí es donde los niños se registran, ustedes lo registran, y esa información se va a Power School. So el correo electrónico, dirección, el domicilio de su casa, el teléfono, nosotros no lo escribimos, es la información que ustedes ponen. So si está incorrecto o ha cambiado, llámanos para poder hacer el cambio en nuestro sistema. So whatever you entered, if it's wrong, you're not getting our messages, our voice calls, our text messages, our emails, something's wrong, call us, we can help you to fix it. Lastly, you know very well, ustedes conocen muy bien, our teachers do a fantastic job, 6th grade, 7th, and 8th grade, and they answer your text messages, your phone calls, and your emails. But I also want you to know that coming back, just like you, they're humans. They also have families too. And many of our teachers do not log in, do not answer their emails after 5 o'clock, and that's okay. So please give them at least one day to respond. Let me ask you this. in this past year, el último año pasado, ¿cuántos de ustedes fueron frustrados con sus hijos en la casa, teniéndolos todo el tiempo? You can raise your hand if you want, or you don't. So, imagínense, todos estos niños multiplicado por 30 y 120. Imagine that frustration multiplied times 30 for 120. That's a lot. That's a lot. And someone can say, well, that's your fault. You chose to be a teacher. No. That is not what we do here at CCMS. We are a team and we're supporting. Yes, we do this because we care and we love it, but we have to work together. And our teachers need also time to also disconnect and decompress just like you do. So please give them the opportunity to answer. If they don't in a day, come talk to me and Ms. Perez and we'll figure it out. Let's give it up for our amazing PE teacher, Mr. V, who is back and ready to rock and roll with you. Go for it, Mr. V.
Hello, thanks, Mr. Estrada. Hello, parents, fellow students. I'm Mr. Vasag, the 8th grade physical education teacher. Very excited to be back on campus. My favorite food is Mexican food. I like any type of music that gets me pumped up, especially rock. When I'm not at work, I like to play basketball and I like to hike. And I would say to be successful in the 8th grade, students should always be willing to give it their best.
That is correct. And if you want to see what that picture is all about, a couple of years ago, Mr. V was recognized by the Los Angeles Lakers, and we were there to cheer him on. So as an amazing educator, so you have an amazing PE teacher helping you out. Mr. V, what's going on with their cell phone policy here at CCMS? Tell us more about that.
So, and we know many students have cell phones, but cell phones are not allowed during school hours. If there's any emergency and someone needs to use a phone or make a phone call, they can always go to the office and use the office phone. Students cannot afford any distractions, no drama, or the risk of losing or possibly breaking these phones. If we see it, we will take it away, and mom or dad would have to pick it up from the office at the end of the day.
Thank you, Mr. V. And from 7th grade, you know him a lot. He was helping you around. He was actually here during summer school and distance learning when we had it in person. Let's give a nice golf clap to Mr. Sofer. Go for Mr. Sofer.
Hi, everyone. I'm Mr. Sofer, the 8th grade inclusion teacher now. My favorite food is Thai food because I like everything really spicy. My favorite type of music is anything 80s. When I'm not at work, I like to work on my cars and watch sports. And then one thing you can be successful in the 8th grade is by letting yourself make that big mistake and then learning from it. So Mr. Estrada had talked before about the dress code policy, about the PE uniforms. So our intention since the last year and a half have been challenging for all of us is to simplify things here. In order to reduce distractions and put all students on a level playing field. And so we don't have to pick out our clothes for the most part in the morning. All students will be required to wear PE uniforms every day.
Thank you, Mr. Sofer, and you are correct. Coming back to middle school, we're not going to sit here and see who has a good Jordans, who's wearing Versace, who's wearing Gucci, who has all the expensive things. We cannot afford to get distracted. This is not a fashion show. Aquí no es una pasarela. Aquí venimos a estudiar y a trabajar para ser la mejor persona que vamos a ser. So queremos disminuir las distracciones. We want to reduce the distractions that happen here at school and in the schoolhouse. So here is the uniform. Hear me out. It's very simple, parents. We're only wearing PE. That's it. No más vamos a ponernos el uniforme de educación física. Again, PE 5 days. Educación física 5 días a la semana. The only thing that you have to buy from our vendor is the PE shirt because it has our school logo. It must have the school logo and it's in one color and in gray. That's all the color that we're going to have. And that's why we have another layer of security to keep track of who belongs to our school. You can buy the shorts, the pants, and the sweater there. You don't have to. If you want, you could, but the sweater and the shorts and the sweats have to be solid navy blue with no logos. So like those Adidas stripe pants, nope, not here. Those sweaters with the cool designs, no, not here. So el suéter, el short y el pantalón de educación física lo puede comprar en otra tienda. I know that Walmart has an amazing sale. I love a good sale. You can definitely go buy them there or at Target, but it has to be a navy blue solid color. For shoes, we want parents to buy the children shoes that are going to support them so they can do physical activity. Tienen que comprar zapatos que ellos tengan para poder hacer ejercicio. So los zapatos que no tengan mucho soporte les va a doler. And I also want to let parents know that no, our kids are not going to be training for a Spartan race. They're not going to be going to a boot camp or CrossFit. It's a regular PE class, but we just want them to be able to move and stretch and get physical activity and be outside. This is what not to wear to school. We're not going to wear pants that have the designs. So like the lines, nope, not even in the sweaters. Also, the sweaters should have no designs like the sweater, the trash shirt, super cute. Kids love it, but not here at school. Jeans are not allowed. Those fit Fordham jeans that look like skinny legs, tampoco, aquí no en esta escuela. Young ladies, these cute flats are super cute, but they're not for PE because they're going to hurt your feet. And UGG boots, I even have a pair, but those are not for school. Those are for being at home, and that's it. Keep them at home, not at school. And last but not least, my young ladies and sometimes my young males, these long nails, they are not for school. Please save those for the quinceañera or some party. Don't bring them to school because they are a distraction. And in the middle of PE, what happens when the ball passes you or you fall and you hurt yourself? So those long nails, one, they're super expensive. Two, they're not here for school. So here it is. I already emailed you this already. It is posted on Facebook. Take a picture right now. You can go buy the uniform in person. Lo puede ir a comprar en persona. Ms. Perez is also going to put the link in the chat room. So if you want to open up the chat, super simple, parents. En inglés está en azul, en español está en rojo. 5 veces a la semana, 1 hora por día. Vamos a ponernos el uniforme de educación física todos los días. Let's just make it easy for you. Hay que hacerlo muy fácil. So, requerido, el uniforme de educación física. You don't have to buy it, but if you want, it's recommended. You can buy one baby blue polo with navy blue pants with no cargo pants. We will use this when we go on field trips for special occasion. It is not mandatory. If you want it, great. If not, it's not a big deal, but for sure, PE uniform for everybody. Again, Ms. Perez is going to put it in the chat room if you want to go ahead and download that link right now. So let's give it up for your second English teacher, Ms. Alvarado, who's going to share a little bit more about herself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Miss Alvarado. I'm an English teacher resident, which means that I went to Cal's middle and high school as part of the PUC family. I'm coming back to become a teacher and teach English at the 8th grade with Miss Brown. That's me right there in that picture that you can see. We had different uniforms than you guys. We did get asked if we worked at Target a lot. My favorite food is Thai and Italian. Favorite music is indie, pop. I like Olivia Rodrigo right now. When I'm not at work, I like roller skating, running and gardening. And how you can be successful in the 8th grade is just be curious about everything that we teach you, about your students, peers, teachers, everything that you can learn, take advantage of it. And so this year is going to be different than last year. Obviously, last year we were online with Schoology. You guys had to come to school and, you were on cameras and muted yourselves. You couldn't borrow books and there was digital classwork. This year you'll be in class with your teachers. We get to see you and talk to you. There's going to be school library, shelves and books in every classroom for you to go ahead and read for independent reading time. And you're going to be doing hands-on learning and practice, a little bit less digital classwork.
Thank you so much, Ms. Albert. I really appreciate it. And the next two teachers, I'm so lucky to introduce one. They are famous. They have an album on iTunes. You can download their music on Spotify. I'm pushing them to get a Grammy. And these two teachers had the opportunity to go tour the world with famous artists. And they said, no way. I love working here at CCMS. And we're so thankful that they're here with us. And so please join me in giving a nice golf clap to one of the two most talented musicians that I know. And they're just great. So let's give it up for the one and only your music teacher, Mr. Musetti.
Awesome. Hello, hello, hello. Great to be here and great to see everyone joining us today and being a part of our first meeting here for the school year. Mr. Musetti, your music teacher, getting to be here with you again is great. I'm so excited to be here the entire year teaching music. You're the last 6th grade class I had here at CCMS on campus. I'm looking forward to seeing all of your faces again. My favorite food is anything vegan or plant-based. Been eating totally plant-based, and I highly recommend the restaurant for some great Mexican plant-based food, El Cocinero in Van Nuys, off of Sepulveda and Van Noen, in between Van Noen and Victory. I'll be going to dinner there tonight. Check it out, El Cocinero. Great vegan Mexican food. Favorite type of music is the music of System of a Down. Great musicians from Glendale, California. The great trumpet player, Miles Davis. And one of my all-time favorites is The Roots, which is the house band on the Tonight Show, on Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show, which you can check out every night. A little late, so get it in before the school year starts. When I'm not at work, you can usually find me arranging music, working on music, writing, composing, and practicing drums. And to be successful in 8th grade, I want to make sure that you know it's okay to make mistakes as long as you learn to recover from those mistakes and use them as learning experience to get better and grow each and every day. Thank you so much for that, for my introduction. And here is what I want to make sure is clear. The internet can be a crazy place, so you have to be careful what you post. And like Mr. Estrada always says, if you don't have anything nice to post, don't post it at all. And at CCMS, we are indeed family in families. We need to support one another. So students, you got to keep in mind, if you post something on Instagram, you put something on TikTok or Snapchat, it stays there forever. And it can be accessed and looked at by anyone at any time. So you want to think before you post. If you wouldn't say it in front of an adult who loves you, you shouldn't say it to anyone online. And if you look here to the right, remember, think means T, is it true? H, is it helpful? I, is it inspiring? N, is it necessary? And K, is it kind? These are some questions you can ask yourself before posting things online. And for our adults, our parents, be nosy. Get in your child's business. You want to monitor what they're doing online. You want to see what happens online, because it always ends up coming to our school campus with them. What they do in the internet world becomes challenges here on our school campus. So we want to create a happy, healthy environment. CCMS is known for that, to help our students thrive, and we need your help to keep an eye and make sure that our students are really, really engaging in a positive way, not only in the real world, but online as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Musetti. You are correct. Ms. Perez and I are very proud to say that in the past year and a half, we had no bullying cases. There was no drama. No había chismes de nada de un año y medio. ¿Por qué? Porque no estuvo lo que pasa en la internet y no en la escuela, because what happens online doesn't come to school. So Ms. Perez and I believe that it starts from home. Empieza de la casa. So we need you, parents, more than ever, to keep track of everything they do on the cell phone, on the iPad, on the computer. And if you do not know how to use those things, come talk to us. We will help you. Sean metiches en todo lo que sus hijos hagan, do it, because teenagers, they may act like adults, but they're not adults. Part of the brain still is not developed like us adults, that helps them understand the consequences of their actions. So it's very important that you still hold on to the reins a little bit tighter, especially now when we're coming back from distance learning. So now let's give it a next nice little golf clap to the next musician who's also very famous on iTunes and Spotify, the one and only Mr. Jacobson.
Hello, my name's Mr. Mr. Jacobson. Thank you for that. There's a lot of things that I like to do outside of school. I'll get to that in a second. But, you know, my favorite food is anything Asian, Japanese, Thai, Chinese. I love it all. My favorite type of music is rock. And, you know, Mr. Estrada said, you know, I'm a musician as well. And I do that, some of the stuff I actually write. And but I have a secret place in my heart for Beyonce. So just like when I'm not at work, I like actually running and I like playing the piano, but not at the same time. And one way we can be successful in the 8th grade is to definitely be honest and bring our best selves. That goes for everybody. Okay, so ask questions, be honest, and we'll move on from there. Yeah, so there's some more things I need to say about medications. So I'm not a doctor, but we love doctors here at CCMS, but we know that sometimes when it comes to medications, you always want to consult your child's pediatrician. And remember that if a child goes on medication or comes off medication, it does take time for the medication to do its job. It could take 4 weeks, it could take, so please let us know, the office, let us know, and then the office will let the teachers know if there's anything changing about your child's medication. If you're adding something, if you're taking something away, changing it, we would really appreciate knowing what is going on with that, because we want to be able to best support you and your child, okay? So please, please, please keep us informed about any medications that's happening with your child.
Thank you, Mr. J. Yes.
Sure.
And parents and students, if your parents are wondering where is it in Spanish, when it's uploaded on YouTube, it'll be translated in the bottom portion so they can read it there. Papás, esa parte de su presentación va a estar poner en nuestro canal de YouTube y cuando lo miren después, abajo va a tener los subtítulos para que ustedes puedan ahí entender lo que los maestros están diciendo. So at this time, I am going to ask our teachers to go ahead and log off. They've been here since 7 in the morning and they have to be here again super early tomorrow. So Ms. Perez and I will take it from here. So teachers, thank you so much. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early. I really appreciate your help. So parents, we're almost done. This is the part that you all want to know is how the year is going to look like. But I think, Ms. Perez, this is probably a good time to pause. So is there anything, Ms. Perez, that parents have been asking that you want to ask me that I can answer at the moment?
There is one question.
Okay.
Let me just get it. If a student were to come out COVID positive, and you may answer this later actually, but just in case, if a student were to come out COVID positive, will the student be able to join via Zoom to keep up with their classes?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, that is definitely correct. That's something that we can definitely do. And I will share later on what's our plan in case anyone's sick or the school has to shut down like we did 2 years ago. Yes, thank you, Ms. Press. A great question.
That's the only question so far. Yep.
Okay, great. All right, let's keep going. We're almost done, parents. So this is very important, and I think you should hear it from me. So this is what's happening here at CCMS. And I also want you to understand is that CCMS, Puck Schools, is separate. We are not LAUSD. We are not those big, large public schools. The reason why you chose your kid to come here is because you want a small school feeling like a private school. So when you see things online or on TV or on the media that LAUSD is having this, listen, LAUSD has thousands and thousands of kids. We don't. We're only a small school of 360. And I think this is why you want your child to be here because they want a personalized attention. And so are things going to look obviously different from those big, large schools that you don't want your child to go there? So CCMS with Puck Schools is going to be committed to science and data and support from the government. So those three things are going to continue to guide our decision process. Puck Schools is going to open all 14 schools for in-person learning. The Los Angeles County, the Health Department, and the CDC recommends, with the support of the governor's office, that all public schools should be open for in-person learning starting in the fall. Public schools would only close the schools if it is mandated by the government. El gobierno dice que hay que abrir las escuelas y public schools va a hacer eso. La única razón que vamos a cerrar como cerramos el año antepasado es si el gobierno nos dice tenemos que cerrar. Ni ninguna situación las escuelas van a cerrar si no hay algo escrito que venga directo de la oficina del gobernador. By no means, we are not going to close the school if it doesn't come in a written form from the governor's office. So yes, all of us, including me and Ms. Perez, are following all the news, but it's also very important to know where the news is coming from and what do the numbers specifically mean. Here at CCMS, and I mean this, since March, we've been having students on our campus and adults and teachers. We are very lucky to say that we have not had no cases of COVID on our campuses and of our employees because of our strict health procedures. Estamos muy afortunados aquí en Puck Schools. Estuvimos abiertos desde marzo. Hay muchos niños aquí en la escuela que han venido y adultos y no hemos tenido ninguna persona que ha estado enfermada o en contacto con otras personas. Gracias por nuestras reglas de salud para todos los empleados y estudiantes. So, this is what the city of Los Angeles says from the health department. As of July 30th, everyone will have to take a baseline and weekly COVID test. Desde la última reunión que Ms. Perez y yo fuimos, nos dijeron desde julio 30, todos los estudiantes y cada adulto que trabaja aquí en la escuela y que venga a la escuela a trabajar con los niños, tienen que tomar el examen del COVID semanal y también tienen que tomar un COVID antes, 5 días antes que la escuela empiece. Also, every child and adult has to take one COVID test 5 days prior than the first day of school. So you already got text messages from me this morning. Ms. Perez is going to be putting the links online if you didn't get them. They were just emailed to you this morning. So it's all out there and it's also posted on Facebook already. So every employee and student will take a COVID test. Cada niño y estudiante va a tomar el examen semanal del COVID para asegurarnos que la gente que esté aquí no esté infectada. So how this will look like. ¿Cómo esto se va a saber? Primero tiene que crear su cuenta para tomar el examen para que usted agarre los resultados. First, you must create your parent portal account so you can get the results just like we do in Lifetime. After you make your account, make your appointment as soon as possible. Haga su cita lo más pronto posible para tomar el examen de COVID la semana pasada. If you can't come to our school next week, si no puede venir la semana que viene, usted tiene el privilegio de ir a un lugar que esté patrocinado por la ciudad de Los Ángeles y nos traiga prueba que su hijo está negativo. You have the right to go to any sponsored location from the city and provide with us before school starts a negative COVID test for your child to be here on the first day of school. So CCMS is going to make it easy for you. We are going to hire the nurse to come here and our school employees to help administer all those tests. So we have to do 360 tests next week and over 50 tests next week before anyone comes back to campus physically to work with our kids. And here at this complex, there are 3 schools. So imagine there's a lot of testing to happen. So all the 3 principals got together and we want to make it easy for you. You just book your appointment. You don't have to get out of your car. You go through the carpool lane and they will do the test for you. It should not take no more than 7 to 8 minutes. Se va a estar en su carro, no se va a tener que bajar, va a ser de 7 a 8 minutos, así como lo hicieron en el Hanson Dan, no lejos de aquí. Just exact same way they did it at the Hanson Dan, not too far from here. So step 1, make your parent portal account. Paso 1, haga su cuenta en la cuenta para que tengan los resultados. Ms. Perez is putting it on the link right now where you can make that account. After you make your account is paso 2, step 2, make your appointment. Ahí Ms. Perez le va a poner el enlace Ms. Perez is adding that link for that website so you can make your appointment. When you log in, remember there's 3 schools, Selecte CCMS, choose CCMS. You're going to choose baseline. Va a escoger el examen COVID baseline. De allí va a tener muchas opciones de lunes a viernes, la semana que viene, de 9 a 3. Tiene que seleccionar su cita. Van a haber 2 personas por cita. Si no puede venir la semana que viene, usted tiene derecho de ir a otro lugar, no nomás aquí. Nomás tiene que traer los resultados que sean negativos. You just have to bring the results that your child is negative. Enter your information. You're going to get an email confirmation. And very important, do not drink or eat 1 hour for your appointment. Ms. Perez and I have seen a lot of saliva. 8th graders, you know how it was when you were here for summer school. So yes, do not eat. Saliva is not red. Saliva is not brown. So that tells me that you were eating something. So please make sure that you're doing your part so we're not wasting your time or your parents' time when you come doing your baseline COVID test next week. Ms. Perez, is there anything that I should stop or should I keep going?
You can keep going. I'm adding the links now.
Okay, great. So after you do your baseline, every week, everyone will take a test. Después del baseline, cada semana, todos van a tomar el examen. Parents, you do not need to make an appointment for that. That would happen during the school day. We will have the nurse, a teacher will walk the kids outside. They will do the test and super easy. The kids will get the hang of it. The adults will do it too as well. For CCMS, it will be on Tuesday. Para CCMS, los exámenes van a ser cada martes. Si los niños no están aquí el martes, tenemos la opción de usarlo el jueves, el miércoles. Y si no está el miércoles, puedo usar el jueves. So if your child's not here on Tuesday, we'll do our best to get it in on Wednesday. If that doesn't work, you have Thursday. If that doesn't work, then you're responsible to make sure that they have that weekly COVID test and bring us the negative results. So this is how our campus looks like. You're going to enter like you've done so far by LCA. Van a entrar donde ven el botón rojo, donde ven los puntitos rojos, ahí van a parar para tomarse el examen del COVID. Where you see the red dots, you're going to stop there to do your weekly COVID test. An employee will come to your car. Un empleado va a ir a su casa, a su carrito. No se tienen que bajar. You do not need to get off. Our amazing campus aides wearing a beautiful yellow shirt. They'll be there to help you. They will take your temperature. Many of you seen them already. They're just there doing their job. So let them do their job, take the temperature, and let's get about our day. So also, when you come to campus, you're also going to have to be doing your healthy screen form. We'll be using this every day for the school year. Ms. Perez is going to put it on the website, on the link, on the chat room, so download it. Vamos a usar esta página todos los días. So these parents, if you think, man, this is exhausting, is a lot, esto es mucho. Yes, it is. But thanks to these services, we have no COVID cases on our campus of an employee or a student. Gracias por tener esos sistemas. No tenemos tenido ninguna caso de COVID aquí en nuestra escuela. So look, this is how we're going to do it. We're going to have so many carpool lanes, one for each school, to help parents to get in here, in and out. Vamos a tener muchas líneas para ayudar a los papás para que puedan hacer eso lo más pronto posible y sacarlos de aquí para que sigan su día. So what tests are we doing? Yes, we're doing the spit test, but we're working with our health provider to use a mouth swab where they just use the Q-tip on the side of their mouth and put it into the vial, and that's it. So for right now, it's just the spit test. Again, how long does it take? 7 to 8 minutes. It all depends how fast your kid spits into the little cup. It's not that hard. We all have done it. Many of our 8th graders have done it already during summer school, so you'll be fine. Again, do not drink or eat 1 hour before your test. And yes, we have to wear the mask. Tenemos que usar la máscara todos los días. I got so many here in my desk. They're everywhere. They're part of my life. We're going to wear the mask and we're going to rock it and have a good time doing it here at CCMS. And we have plenty in the classrooms. If a child needs one or it drops or they got dirty, we got you. Not to worry. So how does the first day of school look like? We want to offer a sense of normal transition back to school. todos los estudiantes van a tener que tomar la temperatura antes de entrar. We recommend parents to use the carpool lane, but in case your child walks to school, pueden usar el portón que está al lado del LCA para poder entrar. In order to help everybody, including the adults, we're going to give everybody a wristband every day. So if you don't have a wristband, you're going to find out because there's going to be a lot of security, a lot of people outside. So it's important that your child gets their health screen and they're going to give them a wristband to wear. We're going to do that for the first 3 weeks so people get the hang of it. So please be patient while you're waiting in the car because we have to do this to keep everybody safe. So leave your house a little bit early because it is our job not just to take care of your kid, but every kid that comes here to our campus. And yes, it will take time. And yes, we are going to have a lot of people out there to help. So masks must be worn at all times. And parents, if you're asking what's our secret for not having COVID cases, you do your part, we do our part. You know your kid best. If your kid's not feeling well, okay, keep them at home. That's fine. Do not force a child to come to school if they're not feeling well throughout the year because stuff happens. So si su hijo no se siente bien, está bien, déjalo en la casa como otra ocasión normal. Si su hijo no está listo para venir como durante el año, como lo hacen normalmente, está bien. We totally understand. So here is the map where you see the yellow heart. That is the pedestrian gate. That is where students can come in if they are walking to school. There's going to be someone there waiting for them to help them out. Once you come to school, you get dropped off students, just like when you were in 6th grade, you're going to line up in Dolphin Plaza. You're going to have a lot of teachers there and adults to help you out to find you, your new cohort and your new grade, your new classroom you're going to be in. So remember this day when you were in 6th grade, it's not going to change. You find your cohort, you find your college, and you get in line, and we're all in there to help you out. We're going to make it really, really easy for you. So how does so parents, we heard you, los entendimos, los niños tienen miedo, a lo mejor ustedes, y cómo les vamos a ayudar con la transición? How are we going to help them with the transition? We have a plan. So like when you were in 6th grade, we had CSUN week. We're having that for 3 weeks, and we're going to take everybody to the pool on your specific day for your classroom. So los niños queremos que regresen para que sepan hacer niños, para que jueguen, let them play. We want our teachers to build relationships with them. La salud mental es muy importante ahorita y por eso queremos que los niños regresen para que tengan la oportunidad de hablar con otros niños. No es saludable dejarlos en la casa, que no hablen y convivan con otros niños y tengan la experiencia de hablar con otras personas fuera de sus papás y sus mamás y su familia. We're going to give you a tour of our campus of all the nice upgrades, a chance to make new friends. There's some new students in our school. Plenty of opportunity to learn with all the cool things Ms. Perez and I bought for everybody. Practice working together. My assemblies are coming back. Again, make new friends. But amazingly, we're going to the pool. Vamos a ir a la alberca para llevar a los niños del 8º grado con su clase específicamente para que vayan a divertirse y tomar el sol y nadar nomás para que sepan hacer niños. We just want that for our kids. Yes, school is important. La academia es importante, pero la mental salud mucho más importante. And we're going to have counselors. We're planning so much because we want our kids back and we want them to offer a safe learning environment so they can be the best people ever. So we have a backup plan. Tenemos un plan de acción. So last year, we adopted Schoology as our online program. That's not going away. So our teachers are still going to upload all of their work, their videos, their PowerPoint, their schoolwork, everything on Schoology. So in case you cannot make it to class or you forgot an assignment or you missed the materials, you can always find them there. So los maestros van a usar el mismo programa Schoology como el año pasado para subir toda la información y el trabajo. Si en caso el niño no puede venir a la escuela, allí puede ingresar a hacer el trabajo para que lo puedan hacer cuando se sientan mejor. We're also doing this because we can't really tell the future. So in case the government says you have to go back home, we already have a plan. Si en caso que el gobierno dice tienen que pagar la escuela y irse a casa, Ya tenemos un plan que usamos el año pasado para que los niños lo sigan usando frecuentemente. So that's not going away. So what happens with, I like what the school is doing, I'm not sure if I want my kid back. ¿Qué hay otra opción? So esa es la opción que les voy a decir. CCMS es una escuela charter, es independientemente. No somos parte de LAUSD. ¿Qué significa eso? What does that mean? It means that as a school, we can offer one program, which is in-person learning. But just in good faith, because we love our parents and we love our students, and we don't want to leave you stranded outside or confused, we are offering a program to the best of our ability for independent studies. But that program has requirement. Así estamos ofreciendo una opción para ayudar a los papás. No es requerido, pero lo queremos hacer para ayudarles. But I want you to understand, independent learning, it is not going to be with our teachers. It is not going to be with our school. It is not going to be like it was last year. It's going to be very, very different. El programa no va a ser como fue el año pasado. No va a haber nuestros maestros, no va a estar yo, ni Ms. Perez, ni la oficina, no va a ser parte de la escuela. So all those things we talk about, like graduation, field trips, all those things, those are for our students that are in school here. That's not going to be about the online program. So if you're still interested in the program, here are the requirements. Aquí están los requisitos. Si vas a coger esa opción, it has to be for a medical reason. And I will need a doctor's note. Voy a necesitar una nota del doctor. La única manera que vamos a probar que su hijo esté virtualmente en la casa estudiando independientemente es porque el doctor lo requiere. So vamos a necesitar una nota del doctor oficial. This is going to be for an independent company. It is not CCMS. It is not Puck Schools. No va a ser CCMS y no va a ser Puck Schools. Su hijo va a estar inscrito en otro lugar. Your child will be enrolled in a different place, not with us. You're going to follow their schedule, not our schedule. You also, Puck Schools sent out many times text messages, voicemails, emails to fill out the survey. So you must have filled out the survey. This is an option that you want to explore. Our office staff was calling all the parents who said yes today, and many of them say, you know what, I'm good. I want my kid to be there in person, and we thank you for trusting us. If you are that parent that still wants to be part of this, you will get an invitation from me tomorrow at 8 a.m. to join me for a special Zoom at 10 a.m. So those are only for the parents that have spoken to our office and have signed up already to learn more about this program. Once you attend that meeting and you hear me out, if you don't like it, great, you come back to school. If you still want it, then you must have a meeting with me one-on-one in person, and you have to sign the contract because we're going to pay for it, but we want your child to be in there and use it wisely. So again, we do not want to offer a program where everyone's jumping back and forth. We want to offer a program that is consistent. It is consistent, and every family is different, and we understand that. And that's why we want to have that one-on-one meeting if you met the criteria for independent learning at home. So we're at the end of our presentation. Please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. This will all be posted there for you to see tomorrow morning. Ms. Perez and I cannot wait to see you. Estamos muy emocionados de tenerlos aquí a la escuela.
And there are some more questions, Mr. Estrada.
Yes,
before you sign off.
I got it, Ms. Perez. I'm not logging out.
Great.
I got
Thank you.
And so this ends our presentation for right now. So if you want to log off, you can. But if you want to listen to the questions, you can also listen to them too. So Ms. Perez is going to ask me questions what parents have been asking on our chat room. So go for it, Ms. Perez.
The first question is, if a family does not have a car for either the baseline testing, is it okay if they come walking?
Sí, si no tiene carro, sí puedo venir, nomás haga su cita y vaya ahí al portón donde está la persona de seguridad. Yes, if you don't have a car, yes, you can come walking, just make an appointment and check in at the security kiosk for your test.
Does a child need insurance in order to complete the Flow Health form?
No necesitan aseguranza. La escuela va a observar el costo del COVID. The school is going to observe the cost of the COVID test. We're going to pay for it. They do not need an insurance. If you don't have one, just skip that part.
According to the state, how many students are allowed in a class?
So the state has told us that we are able to offer the program where the school has been approved with the city as normal as possible. So the state has allowed, so every school is different depending on their size. And because we are a small school and we had the city of Los Angeles here many times double check our school and they give us thumbs up. So we are going back to normal, and normal is 30 students per class. And we got rid of a lot of furniture, a lot of things to ensure there's enough space and flow in the classrooms. And we upgraded all of our vent systems and our filters, getting the best top of the line to ensure that the air is constantly being cleaned out and filtered.
Just to clarify one more time, will students be able to stay after school?
Yes, you can stay after school until 6:30. That is correct. Yes.
Just a reminder around the safety guidelines we are following. There was a specific question about will students be social distancing?
So just like when you go on any other public place or a restaurant, we're going to follow those guidelines that the city gives us. We just have to wear the mask. There are going to be hand sanitizing stations in every classroom, washing stations all over campus. We're going to have someone disinfect all the high touch areas during the day. And we're also having a professional company to come disinfect everything throughout the day. So we're doing our very best, making sure the kids are washing their hands. All the high touch areas are cleaned out and they are sterilized.
There was a specific question around 8th grade shirts and sweatshirts being available. Those will and are ordered later on in the school year. The 8th grade shirts and sweatshirts
Yes.
are usually ordered later on in the school year, but yes, those will be available. There is another question. It seems like clarification just around what the setup will look like in the classroom. They asked specifically about social distancing. So can you just describe a little bit about what the setup will be?
So when your child's were in 6th grade, it's going to be just like that. A table, two students per long table. So there's not going to be in the classroom like everybody 6-8 feet apart. We are following the guidelines from the CDC and the city of Los Angeles. Again, the city of Los Angeles came to our school and checked out our campus. They do surprise visits and we're good to go. So if you're wondering if there's going to be a plastic wall around them, no, there's no plastic wall. Those plastic walls are taken down. They're going to have to wearing their mask. Ms. Perez and I are looking to getting everybody individual desks, but that's something very expensive that we're still exploring. But as of right now, we're going to offer a safe learning environment, just like it was before the pandemic.
If a parent is having trouble with the Flow Health website, what do you recommend that they do?
Call us. Si tiene problemas con la cuenta de Flow website, llámanos a la oficina para ayudarle. Come call the office and we'll help you out. Not a problem.
If a child is positive with COVID, then what happens?
So that is a great question. So that means that you have to do your part. Parents will do our part. So if you feel a child has COVID-like symptoms at home, outside of school, keep them at home. Go get them tested anywhere. Don't wait just for us. So you're the parent, you make the correct choice and you decide what you got to do. If we get the lab results and it says that a child is negative, we will contact you. No, we're not going to tell everybody because we want to respect your child's privacy and your privacy. And we're going to follow the strict guidelines that the CDC, the city of Los Angeles has recommended for our school. But again, we have never done that because we have strict health protocols. Yes, it is time consuming, but thanks to that, we have no positive cases of anyone being in contact with COVID. And if someone feels sick, they're not allowed to come to campus because of that temperature check and the health form that everyone has to do before they enter campus.
There is a question. The activities offered after school, they will be the same as what they were before we went virtual, which were the sports programs and after school tutoring. Once that becomes available, we will send out all of the information for that.
Yes.
It does look like there's a parent that has some specific questions for you. I will go ahead and share the name with you after the meeting so we can reach out.
Thank you.
And
Ms.
then,
Perez.
oh, there are some specific questions about what the medical reasons which medical reasons would qualify. Can you give a recommendation for how they can find out more information?
Yeah, I'm not a doctor. You have to talk to your child's doctor. And so whatever your doctor child's recommends, that is what the school is going to follow. So please talk to your child's doctor. And so those are that's the requirement to be allowed for a child to be approved to go for independent studies through our school. Again, that's just something that you don't like. This is a choice school. You're making a decision. You can disenroll them and enroll them somewhere else if you think somebody else is offering a better program than we are. So no, I cannot tell you what those requirements are because every child is different. So my only suggestion is consult with your child's pediatrician.
If there's a specific question around a family special circumstance for the independent study option, how can they best contact you to ask for that specific situation?
Yes, so please contact the main office and explain to them what's going on. And then if it doesn't meet the first criteria, we will set up a meeting and I will meet with you one-on-one. Again, every family is different. So that's why I can't get to the specifics. So that's why I want to meet with you one-on-one. If that's something that you still want to explore. So every family is different. Cada familia es diferente. Si es una opción que toda quiere investigar, tiene que hacer una cita conmigo, pero primero llamar a la oficina para averiguar cuándo nos podemos reunir.
And then can you clarify what tomorrow's meeting is about?
So tomorrow meeting is for families that have said, yes, I want my child to be part of independent learning. And that means our office have already spoke to you because you already filled out the survey ahead of time and you said yes. So that is by invitation only for those parents that already have talked to the office, you filled out the survey and you want to learn more about the specifics of this program.
If a child was in student government, do they still get the community service hours? Yes, and we can connect about that and that specific advisor from 6th grade once the student comes on campus. So just let us know, connect with me, and I can help you out with those hours if that applies to you. Is there a way to have a personal meeting by phone or Zoom?
We can definitely accommodate that. That's not a problem, yes.
Ms. Esme, you are correct, from 6th grade. Those are the community service hours I'm talking about, yeah. And those are all the questions I see. Oh, how many positive cases of students would be considered for them to close the school? So how many cases would we need to have?
So again, we do not make the decision. It's all made from the city of Los Angeles and the governor's office. So they're the ones in control that make that decision.
How many community service hours does a student need to have?
So for 8th graders, it's going to be 12, and I will share more details about that in back to school. And it's going to look a little bit different. So no, we're not going to force anybody to go outside in the community and do community service hours. So just wait till back to school night so I can share those details.
Will there still be sports to play after school? Yes, once we are allowed to do after school sports, we will do that. Well, can you clarify what independent study means?
So independent studies means that your child would be working with a separate organization with one teacher online. They give the lesson, they do the work, and they turn it in. That's it. Independent. So basically, they're just teaching themselves based on what the online tutor tells them or the teacher. They do the work, and then they come back and do it independently.
There is a specific question about where to do community service hours if students still need to do those. Will you go over that during back to school night?
I will, yes.
Can the PE shorts have the CCMS logo? They can have it, or they can just be a solid navy blue shorts, correct?
Yes, that's correct, Ms. Perez.
Great. And then there's a couple parents or families that were asking about the links again for the appointments and Flow Health. You will email those, or those have already been emailed?
Those have already been emailed out. Check your emails. I text them. It's all been text, and it's on Facebook too.
For after school would be like we were before we went virtual. So if the class was inside, it would be inside. If the club is inside, it will be inside. If it was outside, then we would do outside. Mm-hmm. And can you wear blue sweatpants for PE? Yes, just like in the pictures that you saw Mr. Estrada show. Solid blue shorts and sweats are the only ones that are approved for PE, correct?
Yes. It's on the
community service.
email. It's on the email, so please read your emails. All that uniform questions with pictures is in there. Absolutely, it's all in there. And if you can't find it, it's on Facebook too. And if you still can't find it, give us a call tomorrow. And we will just email to you personally. Go for Ms. Perez.
Okay, and do the community service hours have to be from this year, or can they be from 6th, 7th?
So I will share those details in back to school night in 3 weeks.
Okay, that is all that I see. If there's any other questions, please feel free to call us in the morning. We are here during regular school hours, so feel free. I did put the number in the chat, but I will do it one more time just in case. And I think that's it.
So thank you everybody for joining us. Have a good evening and we'll be in touch. Have a good one, everybody. Thank you so much. Hasta luego. Buenas